What am I reading? This is so weird. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today, I want to talk about Fire Force. I've never talked about Fire Force on this channel, but oh my god. Now, I realize I am super duper late to this party entirely, and there's a couple of reasons for that. First is up until recently, I've only really watched the first 2 seasons of the anime. I watched the anime. I enjoyed it. I thought, hey, I like Soul Eater. This is by Ohkubo. Soul Eater's good. Fire Force is going to be good too. I've watched the anime. I enjoyed it. And then I was like, I'll just wait for season 3. Season 3 is taking too long. So I decided in my ultimate wisdom that I would just read the manga. The manga literally ended like, I think maybe last month or like a month or 2 ago. It ended very, very recently. And I thought, you know what? I might as well get on it and just read the story as a whole and see what it does. Now, fair warning, there are going to be some spoilers. So if you are anime only, jump off right now. Come back and watch to see my own thoughts on it once you see what I'm about to talk about, because season 3 is going to be bonkers. It's going to be very weird. Trust me. But if you've already read the manga and you know what I'm talking about, stick around because I got some thoughts on this whole thing. And what I'm talking about is, okay, so I know that there's a connection to Soul Eater here. It's part of the reason why I wanted to read the manga is because everybody was talking about it. I know that the ending involves Fire Force ending up being a prequel to Soul Eater. I don't know the exact circumstances. I have not gotten to that point yet, but I'm about maybe 70 chapters away. I've been really blitzing through these chapters and I'm enjoying it significantly. And I was going to wait until the end to make a video on this. But there's been a lot of really weird stuff in this manga that I just don't, I can't keep it. I can't keep it to myself anymore. And that weird stuff is all of the real life stuff. Like what? Okay. So I'm just going to lay this out. Real life, like you and me, real people, flesh and blood. We're doing things. I'm a 3D person. That it was existence. Then the first cataclysm happened and the world burst into flames. And then everybody turned into cartoons. And now, okay, so now I am currently in the middle of the second cataclysm. And I'm maybe a chapter or 2 removed of the moment where Sumire, Sister Sumire, has that flashback. And this is why I wanted to make this video. She has that flashback of when she was alive 250 years prior to the story during the original cataclysm. And it's like 90% of that chapter is just still images of like a real woman awkwardly looking at the camera and doing weird poses and stuff. And as the story, as it like turns out, the whole theme is like religion being like technology has replaced religion and how people believe whatever online. It like what the this series is so weird. It went from being a typical shonen manga where it's like, oh, magical powers and people being whatever, to like suddenly going into this weird zone where it's like 90% of a chapter is all live action stills and a character monologuing about how people have basically treated technology and social media as a religion and they'll believe anything online. What? What is that? Like, I honestly was not expecting Ohkubo to go in this direction. And like, okay, things changing, the cataclysm changing stuff to look more like Soul Eater. I get that. The cataclysm changing the world to be more of like, so Adola is like, it's the reverse world, and it's the perceptions, the imaginations of people personified in a real place, right? More or less. I get that. I get that that's like, oh, the world is being shaped and changed and reality is distorting. I get that. That's totally fine. He wouldn't be the first person to have done something in that vein. But this is just really, really weird and such a it's so out of left field that like, I'm just kind of taken aback. I had to text my brother immediately after reading the chapter where Sister Sumire was talking about everything that she had experienced in the before time. And it's like, so many questions. Did people realize after the first cataclysm that they had turned into cartoons? What are they seeing? Do they see what we're seeing? Is it like, this is just so weird. These people right here, and Obi's back here. Do they not have a concept of 3 dimensions anymore? Is a 3-dimensional world no longer in existence? Because if you want to take the concept of, oh, the world is distorting and then something happens and then, oh, the Fire Force world kind of turns into Solar Eater, and it's like, oh, the powers change, but the world as a whole is more or less the same, right? That's fine. But that is like the reality being so fundamentally different. And the moment that Shinra went back in time just as that first pillar was going up, and like he had that like moment with what's her face, and then they both went back in time, and he saw like, what was it, like Shibuya or something like that? It was like Shibuya Crossing, and I thought, hold on, okay, weird, but there was not enough time for it to fully process, and immediately went back to like the normal status quo. I'm just so taken aback by what Ohkubo's doing here. It's so trippy and so weird, and I don't think I've ever read anything like this before. Fire Force is so weird, and I gotta say, I'm loving every minute of it. I am loving reading this series as like kind of just one big batch. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I'm gonna watch the anime. I think there might be a season 3 announced already. I'm not entirely sure, but if and when it does come out, I'll watch that. I'd like to see all of this in live action. I'd like to see Shinra activating his new what did they call it? It's like the super fire or whatever, and him fighting Burns, and that whole thing. That was really good. I've been really enjoying a lot of the combat, the fight with like Raffles, or the maybe the doppelganger of Raffles, and that giant wheel thing. It was really, really wild. Benimaru against what was his name? I don't remember, his master. That was super cool. I can't wait to see that in the anime. I am so excited to see the Sister Sumire's flashback. Like, they've got to get that woman. It's so weird. And it's not just, oh, here's like, it's not just, oh, here's a bunch of stills of real life. It is this weird collection of images of this woman at this, like, it's just a photo shoot, I presume. She showed up and they told her to make a bunch of poses. And like, this creepy smile on her face as she's looking directly at the camera. It is unbelievably odd. It is so weird. And then in the next chapter, it immediately goes back to, oh, the Fire Force Company 8 fighting the White Clad, and them trying, the Fire Force as a whole trying to save people and trying to give them hope. And it goes back to normal. I'm just so, I don't know what to think anymore. I don't know if I have much more to add to this until I finish the series. I'm probably going to make at least one more video once I do finish it up, just to give my thoughts on the series as a whole. I just couldn't help myself. I needed to make this video. I am flabbergasted This is insane. This is so weird. And like, I feel like I'm being punked. I feel like I'm going to like upload this video and somebody's going to see this video and then they're going to be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And it turns out that the site that I've been using put in weird panels and weird pages, and I've been reading like something that's entirely different. It's like that like, I don't know if I would call it a meme, but it's like it's a post about like, oh, somebody who was talking to their friend about Harry Potter, and all the stuff that they were saying was really weird, like Dudley, whatever. The kid like trying to commit suicide, and there's being some weird sexual tension stuff going on. And then it ended up being they were reading Harry Potter fan fiction and didn't know. I feel like that's what's gonna happen here. I'm gonna have somebody telling me that something is off, and I've been reading the wrong thing. So I just needed to get this off my chest. I won't go on for any longer. What do you think of Fire Force? Don't spoil any. I mean, obviously, I think I already know the big twist at the end. I don't know how we get there. I can maybe think of some ways, but that's not what this video is about. But let me know what you think about this. What, like, I really wish that I was reading week to week. And based on my search on YouTube, it doesn't seem like a whole lot of people have been doing reactions to Fire Force while it was like still relevant. This is a really weird series. This is really weird. I'm gonna leave it there. Let me know what you guys thought about the whole, I guess, plot twist of it being like real life turning into a cartoon or something. And what do you think of that chapter? I forget what it's called. It's the chapter where like all of the pillars have been like taken to Adola, and Sister Sumire's thinking about like her past, and it's like just a bunch of images of her like as a real person. It's really weird. So let me know what you think of that. And if you enjoyed anything I had to say, make sure to leave a like. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want to see more videos like this, or about One Piece or Pokemon or whatever, make sure to subscribe. And let me know if you have anything that you want me to watch or read, and maybe I'll give my opinions on that stuff too. I will see you guys in another video, hopefully soon. Goodbye.